Guys, there is this terrible mindset that is going on around us. Probably some of them are carrying it because of some political reasons. For instance, they will tell you that because other states are not sweeping their states, they are not keeping a very clean environment, including their drainages. Why should we do that in Anambra? That kind of mindset, that thing pissed me off. In this 21st century, you hear people saying those things over social media, anywhere. That's a terrible way of thinking. I'm going to show you once again. We are going to drive through from Asaba side into Onitsha. For God's sake, there was a time my niece, a girl of about 10 years, that should be some time ago, they came to Asaba and we were driving around. She said it that, are there not road sweepers in Asaba? I am telling you to God who made me, a girl of about 10 years. They live at Lagos. Probably, most of the places at Lagos are not as dusty as what we have around here. And that was during Okua time. She said it, I can't remember what I answered her, but the point is that she was able to know that the environment is dirty. That is the point. And we cannot be talking about making Anambra a commercial destination, a tourist destination without clean environment. Two of them doesn't go together. A tourist cannot enter from Bridget. Usually that's where we expect people to come in. And after seeing some things, he may have a change of mind. You know who is a tourist? A tourist is expected to see some things that will attract him. First thing that attract people in an environment is clean, neat environment. That is the first thing. Whether you have skyscrapers or you have, ancient buildings or what have you, the first thing that attracts visitors to have peace of mind is clean environment. Nothing, short of that. Even if the roads are not that fantastic, once the environment is very neat, though from some people's point of view, it have a sense of responsibility. That shows that people living here are very sensible, and you breathe some kind of fresh air when you come to a clean environment, because vehicles cannot drive and raise doors anyhow where there people are moving on the road. That is the point. So we cannot be talking about tourism. We cannot be talking about commercial destination with this kind of environment. Yes, our governor is doing his best, trying to get some things in place. Like I said in one of my videos, probably he wants to do that later. But at least there are some level of expectations in terms of cleanliness that should be going on before the bigger plan comes up. Okay? Okay, maybe some people want me to use probably the small thing I get from what I'm doing to give to road sweepers, or organize my own road sweepers to help to be doing something. But one thing with me is that I don't like eye service. I don't like eye service. So let me tell you guys this story, a bit, short story of what really happened some time ago, probably early last year or 2003. One of, I think he's my subscriber, he called me. He's staying in India. That video I showed about Bridget, that place was terrible. That place is something else. It doesn't used to be like that. Oh, let me be sincere. I used to say this thing before, when Willie was there, when Obi was there. It wasn't like that. The highest thing you will see there is overgrown bushes, and sometimes they will just trim it down. It became normal. Very attractive place, but the whole place was taken over by peppers, pure water bags, dirt. In fact, they take that place to be converted into toilets. So this guy picked interest. He told me that this is what he's doing in India. He's into cleaning. I said, okay. He said I should make arrangements. even the financial thing that will be involved, I should let him know. Then I moved down to Onitsha. I get these Hausa people, this what are they called? These people that is into cleaning of environment. We beat, I can't remember exactly what they charged, but there were many, about 20 of them. And I'm to get some tools for them, all these small cutlass and the rest to help them clean that environment. At a point, I don't know what really happened. I've done the arrangement, everything, just to start work in the cleaning. I couldn't hear from the guy again. The guy said he will contact his brother at Lagos. One thing happened. I didn't hear from him again. I waited in Onitsha. I didn't hear from him again. I have to leave. So I don't know whether is this my small thing that you want me to dedicate to small. God. So guys, this is a kind of reminder to the government of Anambra State and also even Asaba side. Though our focus is in Anambra State, and that is the point. So this is a reminder that this is the gateway into Anambra State. And anything that happens here have already summarized the entire state of Anambra State. So that is it. We need to be very careful about the entry point of our states at every major entry point. Even that of Amansi axis is still inclusive. So anything, any mindset that a visitor has from here now going into Anambra State from that bridge per se, he has already written the history of Anambra State, even without going around the state to know if anywhere is neat or not. So we have to be very careful about this entry point, especially this first Niger bridge coming into Anambra State. Yes, I am very sure that what the governor needs is to give directives to his foot soldiers, the foot soldiers are the chairman in charge of each local government, including the commissioner for environment and every other agencies that has overlapping functions with environmental. Just imagine. I told you guys that this place, I know it before, it doesn't used to be like this. How this place changed overnight for some few years ago is something that baffles me. To be honest, I know when you cannot find a grain of sand on this First Niger Bridge. I have evidence. I know that time. A grain of sand, you cannot get it on this First Niger Bridge. And everywhere was looking so attractive. You know, one thing I like Willie Obiano for? Willie Obiano has vibes. This kind of vibes of, in places that he wants to. Like that time, this bridgehead, he doesn't play with it. There were special grasses that grows there. They planted it there. They cut it everywhere. It's so, very neat. But it was Peter Obi that reconstructed that place before Obiano came in and continued with that neatness. Though the road was freshly done that time, everywhere is sand-free. I tell you, and I'm very sure of what I'm saying. These people that usually carry sand, these tippers, I think they are much contributors to these things. Don't know how government is going to do that to stop them from carrying wet sand. The problem is carrying wet sand. When sands are being loaded, you are supposed to allow it to dry first to a certain point before moving. But they will carry it wet, and once water is coming out, the water is dropping with sand on our road. I am very sure of this particular one that I've just said, and it is one of the major problems that we are facing in the state. And how much are they even contributing to sweep off the sand on our road? I don't know about that. But what I know is that revenues are being collected. What happens after collections? You see that there are a lot of work to be done. There are a whole lot of work to be done to ensure that these things are achievable. You can't tell me that entering Anambra State, a state that have tourism in mind, a state that is commercially inclined, that to raise the revenue shouldn't be an issue to do this. I said this thing earlier that is just the mindset that once the government determines to do this, to achieve this one, this is one of the least problems that is achievable in the state. Go mark it somewhere. To keep a clean environment is one of the easiest thing to do. Yes. All you need, we use these foot soldiers, like we have the Ocha Brigade them, and make pronouncements that people will be arrested in case of you don't use the waste bin that is being dumped, trash cans that has been dumped at intervals, within the streets and the rest. You see, everybody will take dressing and things will start working well. Just that the state government has not decided to do these things. That is the truth about the matter. And it has not been as bad as this. It has not. Now, ọ bụrụ onye kwu eziokwu dị anyị pantị efu, ya bụ ihe anyị na-ekwugide. We are not, it's not that we are talking bad of anybody, but let these things be corrected. It has not been like this. Let them look into it. I want to onwere na-akwụpụ ụgwọ ya na-eme dị anyị. Mana ọ dị mma kịta onye ọbụla na-eko n'ọba anyị ma ọ dị mma mana kịta anaghị ekwu ya na onye ọbụla ga-etinye ọnụ, onye ọbụla eweta contribution, as in, if you know what you can do to make these things achievable, please do it. Makana, I know that people have interest in Anambra State, even the Anambra indigenous living abroad. When they see things going well in our state, they are very happy to, do some little investment that they want to do. Even if it's not, to set up business, they are happy to buy land, knowing that, yes, there is progress and people knows what they are doing in my state. And they can be glad to show people this video when they see that everywhere is neat, and we will have less headache to talk. In my videos, I will have less headache. But these things are chain reactions when things are not properly done. Okay, now, see heap of sands along the expressway. It was B2B that expanded this expressway into 3 lanes or more. Then the service lane. Now, this service lane, you are looking at the other side. He constructed it. That's why sometimes I look as if I'm praising Peter Obi so much. That service lane you are seeing, if you measure the width is a combined dualized road that some of us are talking about. So, but this is what is needed here. These are advice coming from experts. This is what you have to do, and Peter Obi went ahead and do it. Use Anambra State money to construct it, and no federal government gave him money. You see? So look at heap of sands everywhere. These things will not allow people to rest. Once vehicle pass, erase dust, and everywhere become filthy. The air is not fresh again. It causes a lot of problems. So the point is a reminder, it's just a soft reminder to our government to also, if they have not been considering this problem of keeping clean environment, they should look into it. It's very important, and we cannot continue like this. Let them look into it proper and see something they can do about it. Okay, now watch the center of the road, as in where the gutters is. You can see that they've been overgrown by grasses and bushes at the middle of the entire road. You can see it by the left there. Well, these things are not supposed to. They may be difficult to achieve, but once we start getting these things done all through the drainages, in Afia, in Afunia now. How do we get to this? It's very unfortunate, but I have to just take it. I have to just take that video. These are the examples of the way we live. So why won't we be sick? Why won't we be visiting hospitals always? Why are we going to breathe fresh air in this kind of environment? These are the problems that we are having. I've said this thing countless number of times. Probably we need to visit a functional city. Could be in Africa, it could be anywhere else, to know how these things are being done properly. Yes, this place has an open drainage, of which many of us in this 21st century, we are against it. These open drainages are not good. Mosquito breeds there. They use it as dump site. People use it and as an easy place to dump their dustbins. And it's very common in our place. So we have been preaching about discouraging the construction of open drainages. In fact, I've said it in my videos earlier before now that if I were the government, I will go into reconstruction of drainages. I will invite companies that know what they are doing, and they are going to replan our drainage system where there is need to have underground. They should do it, everything completely replanned, and you see all these things will stop. It will stop because the person or people living around will not see an open gutter to dump their dustbin, or things find their way easily inside the dustbin, inside the gutters. And with clean sweeping of environment, you see that we are free. We will live out of these shackles of entanglement with dirt and smelling environment. Well, that is the truth about it. You can see this one now. This road is still under finishing touches, but you can see the drainage. Everything is getting stocked, refuse inside the drainages. That is too bad. It is too bad. Like I said, this is not to worsen the situation, but it's a kind of a soft reminder. It is not new. It is a soft reminder that there is need to look into these things. There is very important need to do that. If not, this situation will continue, and that is a very bad sign, that things are not properly done well. People will tell you that some people will say that in that state, they used to leave their drainages open. And so what? Are you them? Don't you have your own thinking? Must you do what bad others are doing? Why don't you copy the good things that they are doing? It's the bad things that you go and copy and be, saying it publicly that other states have their drainages open. Have I not showed the videos of AMC, AWKA Millennium City, on this channel? Haven't I done that? And you see that the drainages can be seen. The drainages are locked up. You cannot see anything inside the drainage. Nothing has fallen into the drainage, and nothing like, being stocked inside the drainage. Sorry, I know you may want to hear the conversation between I and that lady that dropped, some dummy along the walkway. Let me show you that part again. Madam, are you aware that you are not supposed to keep this thing here? This is where people are supposed to walk.
Yes, sir.
Okay, please.
Thanks, sir.
Like all these things here, it's not supposed to. So after that discussion, let's continue with our conversation. So is it that people are not paying up their sanitation fees, or is it that there is no enforcement for them to do the needful of cleaning this frontage, the drainages, and the rest? Yes, there was a point the commissioner for environment said it. He made it very open that people are responsible to clean the drainages that is in front of them. So I don't know which one that is happening. If people are responsible to clean up the drainages, then the government, you can see this one now, they're even using it as a burnt site. They are now burning things inside the gutter to tell you that they dump dustbin inside the gutter because the gutters are open. It's an easy place to dump things. There you can see how they burn it, the ones that they have burnt already. So when we say these things, we are not just saying it because we want to talk bad. No, I'm above that. I don't have time for such things. So, but another thing I want to add to this: if government is going to go on sealed drainages, it's not just carrying one contractor and say, okay, oh yeah, cover these gutters. There are ways, there are things to plan the areas that they should have underground water running. Then the drainage should be properly done so that it will ensure natural flow of water. What they just do here is to just come and gutter, yeah, they don't draw gutter go. They don't care about how water flows, how these things are supposed to function. I know that sometimes they don't care about that because I see some of these walkway opening, the radiant where the thing drop down, they will carry it upwards. So how water that is running down is now turn and be going up to drop inside gutter. Wow. So sometimes they are just careless about these things, and people monitoring them, also forget to check those things. Okay, now see this thing now. You see that gutter on the walkway, it draws up. Meanwhile, this road goes down. How will water that is going down now come up again to enter the drainage? Okay, probably this one is proper. But I've noticed that several times. You can see this one. I have noticed this several times. They don't care about that. Probably it's because of it is Nigerian thing. Who cares? They do it anyhow and go. Well, generally speaking, I must tell you that this road has a general improvement. This is not the way it is. If you know this place earlier, you know that Soludo has done well to improve on this road. And we are very grateful and we thank him for doing that. And we expect more from him, in these regards. So it's not out of place. Let government decide who does what and let the general public know about these things, and let there be continuous enforcement on this issue. If not, we'll continue to be dilly-dallying like this. Another generation comes, continues like that, and they say Africans are Africans. Meanwhile, everything boils down to us not wanting to do the correct thing. So government should decide on what to do exactly and who does who, or who does what rather. Sometimes you see them even pack things from the gutters, keep on the road, and there is some few places. These people that are doing road markings, they will just come. If they will see that thing and they will jump it because they pack sand on the road, they will jump it and continue from another place. You see some funny things happening. Well, God will help us. But I have made my points to be very clear, and I believe that I have made it to be very clear to all and sundry. Let us consciously try to do things the way they are supposed to be. Thank you.